why Hikaru Nakamura considered this 15 years old prodigy as a nightmare for him and for Magnus Carlsen.
Another great example is the player Sina Movahed, as we like to make the joke, but Sina Movahed, who has actually, he only has the title of FM, I believe, maybe he's an IM now, but he's someone who, his over-the-board rating was something like 2,400, but you see him in Title Tuesday or in Bullet Brawl or Arena Kings, always a complete nightmare for me to play against, or somebody like Magnus to play against. Very, very strong.
Very strong. Let's see why this is the case and how he became the nightmare. This game has been played in the second round of Title Thursday, and Sina Movahed is playing with the white pieces. He's 4 out of 4 and playing against Hikaru Nakamura with 3.5 out of 4. And the main reason, to my eyes, why Sina is a nightmare for these top players is in the last moves of this game and his attitude toward chess. Let's see what happened in this game. Sina is playing with the white pieces. It's a 3-minute chess game, Title Thursday, and he kicks off with e4 like Bobby Fischer and Garry Kasparov. I guess they are Sina's idols. Knight to f3, knight to c6, and king of the chess openings, the Ruy Lopez, the Spanish opening. We have the main lines, and Hikaru now here plays g6, which is the Morphy defense but deferred fianchetto defense. Black wants to fianchetto the bishop on the long diagonal, and white castles, bishop to g7, normal. Opening moves by Sina, rook e1, normal. Lopez moves, c3, d4 is coming, knight to e7, c3, and we have castle, and he takes control over the center. Hikaru defends the center, and we have pawn to h3, controlling this g4 square. b5, so far so good, both players are playing the main lines. And here white has normal plans like knight to d2, knight to f1, knight to g3, in some positions a4, the normal Lopez plans. But Hikaru take action in the center. He takes on d4, c takes d4, and we have knight to b4, attacking this bishop. So if you move the bishop, he has pawn to c5. So this is why Sina just simply plays knight c3. He says you can have the two bishop, but I have a very strong center. c5, attacking this center, and Sina is just protecting the center. Bishop to e3. Normal good moves, and he plays the main lines. This is very important. Number 1 point, he plays the main lines. Try to play the main lines in chess. Just don't try to play every single bad kind of chess openings. Don't play for traps, don't play for this kind of things. Just play the main lines and you will grow in chess. Bishop to e3, we have c4, which Engine believes it's not the best moves, but at the end of the day, it's one of the best. It's not that bad. It's not a mistake actually. White position is actually much better in this position. Black got the two bishops, but white now has the d4 square for his knight, for his bishop. The pawn on d5 getting a lot of space, the c6 square, the e6 square, and white has a better position. But Hikaru has the two bishops. He wants to attack on both diagonals, and this bishop is open, and this bishop white doesn't have the counterpart, but white just simply plays the bishop to d4. The main way to play against two bishops is to trade one of the bishops. And now, if white is able to trade these bishops, then black king is also weak. White can go to queen d2, queen h6 in some positions, sometimes f4, of course with the king h2, some positions e5, and black king is weak. This bishop on d7 doesn't do anything, and white is simply better. This is why Hikaru just played f6. He thought that he cannot change the bishops. But now Sina plays a4, attacking on the queen side. In Lopez, you need to be universal. You need to play in all three places, in the queen side, in the king side, and also in the center. We have g5 by Hikaru. Of course, Hikaru is not going to just resign this game because his position is bad. He's a very good defender. He finds many good resources. Now he wants to transpose the knight to e5 and f4. White takes on b5, takes back, and plays knight e2 first of all. He wants to transpose the knight to g3 and maybe using these squares on the king side. Just remember, when you put your pawns on the dark squares like this, then you have some weaknesses on the light squares, and only this bishop is protecting them. So if black lose this bishop, then he's going to lose the game. We have knight to g6. White just takes on e8. Let's just trade everything, and b3. And of course these moves are not bad. White is just simply better in this position. He has a better position. This bishop is shut down. White has some rook a1s in the position, knight to coming to g3. You might argue that the pawn on b5 is a passer. Yeah, it's a passed pawn. But at this position, it's more of a weakness. White can just attack it in some positions with knight c3, and it's a vulnerable pawn that white can attack it. Black plays rook c8. He wants to control this line. Of course, black position, nevertheless, is not so much good, but queen a4 was a better decision. Rook c8, and now we have queen b2. Of course, it's very hard to play. It's a 3-minute chess game. Both players make mistakes, and they need to play very fast. There is no increment. Rook a1 was better, and then maybe penetrating on the A line. But he just plays queen to b2, attacking the f6 pawn, but black just simply plays knight e5. Once again, rook a1 was better. He takes on e5, thinking that I will play just bishop b3 and attacking this one. Of course, here, once again, this intermezzo rook a1 was better, and after that, bishop to e3. But after bishop e3, Hikaru finds brilliant resources in this game. He plays queen a1, queen a4. There is a reason why he's number one in online chess. He plays queen to a4, attacking this pawn on e4, rook coming to c2, and white lost the initiative in this game. So now black is on the attacking side, white plays knight g3, and rook coming to c2. Of course, engine suggests queen a1, but I know Sina, and he doesn't like to move, to trade the queens in this position. So he, of course, plays queen to b1, doesn't trade the queens, and then h6. Hikaru just simply defends. And now he has a passer. Now this passer can be a strength for black. Knight f5 takes, and b4. In this position, black is just coming. Push the pass pawn, and you just win the game. This is why Sina plays rook c1. And the only weakness that Hikaru has is his king. His king on g8 is not in the best place. And this is how Sina penetrates in the position. After king h7, Sina plays queen b7, controlling this pawn. And more importantly, he wants to play f6. And in this position, Hikaru plays king g8. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where Sina Movahed shows his power in chess. I'm sure that many top players, 9 out of 10 in this position, will just accept a draw against Hikaru in this position. Because black has a passer in this position. And with king g8, white can just simply repeat queen to c8, king to h7, queen to here, and this is just draw. Of course, when white plays queen c8, black is not going to play bishop f8 because queen e6 is just going to finish the game. And the pawn is still on b3. So if you go here, we have queen f7, some f6 is coming, the bishop is lost, and white has checkmate. But Sina Movahed, in this position, plays king h2. He says, I want to continue. He says, I want to continue. His courage and his attitude toward chess is unbelievable. At this age, at 15 years old, he just plays for win against Hikaru. In a position which is drawn, he knows, of course, that he cannot get so much in this position, but he just plays for win. And he plays king to h2. He says to Hikaru, you can play, let's see what happens. And in this position, Hikaru plays e4, which is a very good move, opens up the diagonal for the bishop, but more importantly, protecting this b2 square. And once again, in this position, you are supposed to play queen c8 check. And after king to h7, once again, of course not bishop f8 because there is queen e6 check. So king h7, and of course, it was a good game, GG, just draw, yeah? But not for Sina, not for Sina. Sina is not like this. And he plays this move. Let me switch off the engine. Queen to b8. It's still a draw. But now in this position, I guess Hikaru thought, okay, this guy is just trying to win this position against me, and let's punish him. I guess Sina tricked Hikaru with this queen b8. Of course, this is just a matter of seconds. I don't know what happened in their head, but with queen b8, you allow black to play bishop f8. You don't have checks, and black can just continue the game. Of course, king h7 is still draw. Game can continue like queen takes d6, b2, and after here we have white can play f6 still. Queen e8 was all not queen e8, of course queen e6, but queen d7. The game is still draw. The game will finish in a draw. But probably Sina wanted to continue like this. But with queen b8, Hikaru thought for a second, why not bishop f8 just in this position? I can just play bishop f8. But as you can see, the eval bar just went up. What happened? So what white has? He cannot play bishop d4 because queen is protecting it. But in this position, he just slide the queen to c8. It was on c8 at first. But first he played queen b8, and after bishop f8, now queen c8, and now black is lost. It's a very strange concept. Now black is lost. Hikaru lost the game because, of course, we will see what happened. Hikaru in the game played queen b1. Queen a1 was better, or the only defense, but he was also lost. He plays b2, queen e6 check. If you come up, there is queen here, so he goes here. Now queen to f7. Okay. If you play bishop g7, there is f6, and white is going to win the game. Hikaru queens the pawn. He queens the pawn, and he thought, okay, maybe a draw. I don't know what he thought, actually. Let's be honest. So it's just a draw, no? No. White won the game. Pawn to f6. It's just a checkmate. Hikaru has 2 queens, but he lost the game. How many players on earth in this position continue to play? He played queen c8. He could have just repeated. He could have just queen b7. He could have just repeated. After king g8, just queen c8, just repeat. But there is a reason why he is the nightmare. Why everybody is afraid of him. Because he just wants to play. He has that energy. He has that motivation. And he doesn't have any fear. He just plays. And the player without any fear is fearless. And many players are going to afraid of him. He just plays king h2. Can you believe it? He played king h2 in this position to just anticipate that pawn queening at the end of the game and to not be in check on g1. And after e4, I don't know. He's seen a move ahead. This is it. If you don't believe it, look at his name. He's seen a move ahead. That's it. That's what I can tell you. Queen to b8 check. I guess he saw a move ahead, which was queen to c8 in this game. And Hikaru got tricked. King h7 was still a draw, but queen c8. And I love this game. I love this attitude. This is how you should play chess. Don't play for draws. Don't play like Wei in World Cup. Of course, he probably is going to win the World Cup by that way. But this is the way that we are supposed to play chess. And this is the way that we are supposed to improve our chess. I hope you enjoyed it. I recorded another video that this nightmare is also Magnus Carlsen's nightmare. And he defeated Magnus Carlsen in 15 moves, as you can see at above. You can go and watch that video and enjoy it and learn from seeing a move ahead.